Take two was a success. Now let's see if I am live in Facebook too, because that would be flippin' awesome. Everybody, this is a test of take two of We Thought You Said before Joyce and I get together and do a live um, version. So I am hoping that this is going to be working because I should be live on TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook. And our hashtag is We Thought You Said. It is very important that you please like, comment, and share and, interact with us because we want to know your thoughts too. Whether we agree, disagree, we all respect each other's opinion. Sometimes it might be a little harder for some, but we like to try. Oh, we are. We are. Let's see. I'm going to share on Facebook to my feed because I want my friends that haven't liked the page to like us and comment, and it's important. It's just important. Okay, let's see how we do this. I used to be so good at this. I used to be so fast, so very fast at this, and I used to be very good and fast and quick at this, at sharing when I would be going live with my other co-host. And so let's see here. Let's save. And I want to say that I am not looking my freshest today because I am still getting going. And if anyone knows me, they know I am not a morning person. I don't ever think I will be a morning person. Even though I wake up early, I'm really not somebody you want to talk to. And I take forever to get ready. So that's also something about me that you need to know because I am never going to be that person who is like chipper and talkative. I am one of those people that is give me a little bit to get going. All right, let's see here. So I have posts. There we go. I also am changing positions at my current employer, so I will be waking up a little bit later, even though I do prefer to wake up at the early morning hours because I get home sooner, and that's a big idea for me. Big thing. I never thought it would be because I used to work second shift, and it really does make a difference for me because I like to spend time with my family and hang out and sometimes nap. I won't lie, I am a napper. I never was before, but I am a napper. So let's see. There we go. Let's share this live. Okay. Oh, I was before also. There we go. So I think we're good. I think that we're going to be hopefully going live tomorrow. That's what our goal is. But being moms, things always change. They really do change, and it makes. Go to the other. I have two screens. We always do. do have to change because of our kids. And actually, hold on. Mateo! 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 No, I don't know where everyone went. And my door. Can you check on the front porch and see if there's a package for me? It always changes. And I'm getting ready for my new position, and I'm a note taker. Who in here is note takers? I have to write everything down. People used to ask me all the time before why I was writing everything down. Like, this notebook is just since January of just like, and it's stuff, just everyday stuff, because if I don't write it down, I very much forget it. So like, oh wait, there's one. Like, that's how thick it is. Because I write everything down, because then I can always go back and say, oh yeah, I did this. Oh yeah, I did that. Did it come? I am going into Facebook right now to see if we have anyone talking to me or watching, because that would be cool. I know it's kind of an early morning thing that people necessarily aren't on here, which is fine. Let's see. Let's get the live. Nope, nothing. But that's okay. You know what? That to me is totally, totally okay. I'm totally fine with that. There we go. I'm totally fine with that. I'm totally fine with nobody watching me right now, because I am not looking my best, but I am going to stay on just in case. Let's see what I'm doing. I'm tempted to turn on the TV, but I have these headphones on, so I necessarily kind of counterproducts it. But you are supposed to have, if you don't know anything about podcasting or recording, is you are supposed to have headphones in so that the echo doesn't come out in the recording. It's really hard. I never realized that, and then I did. So I got pulled over, not in my car I'm driving right now, but my other vehicle, because my license was needed to be renewed, and I didn't know that. So I got pulled over, and I have to now go to court to prove that, like, it was not my, well, they didn't tow me. Not my, like, it was just a lapse of payment. I'm sure I'll have some sort of fine. It sucks, but I'd rather do that than have points or something taken. I don't know if they didn't say any points. They didn't give me a ticket. They just, oh, here's a ticket. They mailed the ticket. Let's see. Did I get any points? And it's what's even scarier is my birthday is in August. But I never look at my license. Like, I'm gonna have to put it in my calendar, in my electronic calendar, and say, hey, like, you need to renew your license this year. Because I never do. You know, it just happens. And especially, I've had a really rough couple of years. I'd probably say since the, even right before the pandemic, it's been a little rough. And I'm just finally now getting out of it. Getting out of it, and getting out of my cycle, and I've been dealing with depression. It's clinical depression. It's not something that I ever can, I'll ever be able to overcome. but it is something that I can manage. And I manage it by taking medication, by doing, oh crap, by taking, doing steps that I know will bring up my serotonin levels. Like I was working out all the time. I need to start again. I actually am going to start coming Monday after my I get my schedule intact. But people at my work used to do. So where do I see like um in my schedule intact? And once I do that, I'm going to start walking my puppy who gets beat up all the time. So who has cats and dogs here? If you're watching this later, or please comment. I have 3 cats, and I didn't want 3 cats. I wanted one. And what happened is I had my baby for 18 years, Lynx, and he was a Maine Coon. And when he started getting older, I was like, we should get a new, a kitten to help us, because I truly believe that if you have a pet and then you have another pet before they pass, it helps you with the loss. But what I didn't think is the other pet would have a loss. So I I had Lynx and he passed away. He was 18. He was the best cat ever. He was a great mouser. We got him when we were on a farm. We lived on a farm and there were mouse outside. He kept them outside. There was very little that ever got into the house. We didn't have him go outside. And then he did get out a couple of times, and every time he would get out, he would come back in, and like we would find him on the front porch. He just did not want to be an outside cat. He knew he had it good. So when we got Oscar, it reminded me of another cat that I had when I was younger. And I was like, awesome, this is great. Like, I'm happy. Like, he's happy. Well, Lynx passed away. And all of a sudden, Oscar was really, really like not moving around, sleeping all the time, not wanting to cuddle. And Oscar's a very affectionate cat. Like he waits at the door for me, just me. He comes in bed with me every single night. Like when I'm staying up too late, he's like coming to me, jumping on me, walking back to the stairs, like, let's go to bed. And I looked and I was like, I think we need another cat, like to help him, like to have a playmate. Because they always say cats are better in twos. And so then we got S'more. And she was fluffy. We actually drove all the way to La Crosse to get her. I've gone distances for my cats. Oscar, we got in West Bend. S'more, we went and got at, I think it was La Crosse. It was either Claire or La Crosse, but I know it took us all day. And Easy was a baby. And so she's about 6. Well, we liked them together. They got along, they cuddled. And then Joe was on Facebook and he was like, there's this cool black cat. I'm a cat person, I'm a dog person, I'm an animal person. And I was like, all right, well, we'll go see it. We'll see. So we got there, and the person that had the kitten said that it was an outside cat. They don't know it was on a farm, but they brought her in, and when they brought her in, she was pregnant, and she had a bunch of kittens. Okay, but the black cats were all taken. I was like, that sucks. Well, then the boys picked out a tuxedo cat of the litter. I was like, fine, okay. So Joe convinced us to get another cat. I was like, great. So we had 3 cats. The girls were not spayed, but the boy, um, uh, Oscar was neutered. And we were waiting because we were told that you couldn't have spay a cat until they were 6 months and they couldn't produce kittens. So after Oscar was, or Poe, his name was Poe because he looked like a panda bear for the boys. The boys have named, except for Oscar, all our kittens. And I was looking at her and she's walking and she's waddling. Now, if you know anything about me, I have 5 children. And I said, is S'more pregnant? And Joe's like, no, she's just fat. And I was like, oh no, I know that waddle. I had twins. I have had twins. So, uh, and they're almost teenagers. And I was like, nope, I think she's pregnant. Like, we need to watch her. Well, 2 weeks later, Abby screams, S'more's having her babies on my bed. So I run upstairs. I'm trying to take the kittens and bring them one by one into the bathroom because obviously they're small. And as I'm bringing them in to the bathroom, she's taking one and trying to give birth on the bed with another one. But it took a while. And I had never seen a birth that like that. I mean, I've given birth, but I've never seen an animal give birth before. And so then I finally got them all in the bathroom. I got them all in the tub with blankets and pillows. And, it took this poor kitten over 24 hours to give birth to 8 kittens. And I was there for almost every single one of them. And one or two of them, I had to really rub the chest and try and get them to wake up and breathe and break the sack. And it was definitely an experience. And then she had 8 kittens. It was horrible. I ended up having to get new furniture. I tried to keep them as much as I could in, like a big, huge, and I had big dogs, so I had a huge kennel, but I felt bad. But they weren't all potty trained, so it just sucked. And it was just so much work. I never want to do that again. I never really want to give cats or dogs, breed them anyways. I would rather adopt cats and dogs. Just because I think there's enough of them anyways. So I gave all of them away. I didn't charge anything. I could have because there was a couple full calicos. And that's nice and that's cool. And I really was like, oh, maybe we should keep a calico. But I knew that those would go first. And I am the type of person that I feel like I would rather them get adopted to good homes than to keep them for myself, just because I think they're cool. And I had a lot on my plate anyways. 4 children that live in this house, and then, cats and dogs. It sucks sometimes. It's a lot of work. Well, I gave 2 away to somebody within where I work, and it didn't work out. We'll just leave it at that. It didn't work out. She is from a culture where calico kittens are supposed to be good luck, and they were calico, but apparently they weren't good luck for her. So she brought them back. One was a calico, they were both calico, one was more dark than the other. And I was like, okay, so she brings them, I tell her, just bring them back. I'll find a new home for them. Right away, the black calico I ended up giving to a friend, and she has a huge mastiff, and the calico and the mastiff are like best friends. The cat rides the dog. The cat lays and sleeps right next to the dog. She's great with her two children. Awesome. I'm glad that way. Well, the other one, Day, decided to imprint on my toddler and followed it around and let it do, pick it up. And I have a picture of it, and he's like holding it right underneath her legs, and he's just laying there, or she's just laying there. She's not fighting at all, and she's letting it, let him do whatever. It would have broke his heart, and that's one thing that I will not do to my boys is break their heart. And so we ended up keeping Day. And the reason her name is Day is there was one that was all black, and that was named Night. So we had, yep, yep, Joyce, we do have it. So I'm on here, just kind of talking my head off and keeping, it going for a little bit. Probably be on here for an hour while I'm doing other paperwork. But you know what is not working? What is not working is the chat on here, which sucks. We're going to have to see what is going on with that and how to fix that up. That's what it is going to be next after I tell this story. Oh, for some reason it's not doing it on Snap, so I don't know why, but it's not. I'll have to figure that out today. Okay, so back to today. So we had one, like all my kids named them. We had one that was named Fathead, one that was named, I can't remember the other names, but they named them all. The one that was black was Night, and Day was the most white one, so they named her Day. So that's how we got that name. Well, I was sick, and I like for some reason the cats were getting out. Oscar would go running, but he'd always come back. And Poe got out, and I was so sick I couldn't chase after him. My neighbor called me, and I said, "Well, Godspeed, he'll come back." He has never come back. He has brought us presents on the front porch, and that's awesome that he's really thinking of us and he wants to make sure that we're still alive, because that's what cats do and why they bring us stuff. But I really would like him to come home someday, and I just want to make sure. I know he is in like a 2.5 to 3 block radius because my neighbors see them on their stream. And every time, somebody's called me, or every time that somebody has come and talked with me about it, I have chased that cat down. One guy like yelled at me from his yard. I was like, "Please don't shoot me. Like, I'm just trying to get my cat." I've had neighbors try and help me get the cat. Like, he just doesn't want to come home. And you know what? That's fine. If he wants to be an outdoor cat, but I think somebody else has him home. And personally, he's a cat with 4 boys. I'm sorry, 4 kids. 4 kids. And I would probably run away too if they weren't my kids. So that's kind of what happened. And that's what's going to happen. If he wants to come back, he can come back, but I'm not chasing him anymore. I don't have the time or energy. Maybe after I start walking and running again and working out, I might have the energy, but I don't. So now I have 3, and I'm completely fine with that. And I have a little beagle, and I'm completely fine with it. And I didn't adopt her from a rescue. I should have. I really wish I would have, but I didn't. But she is named Frida, and she is my love. She sleeps by me. She is a pain in the ass. She doesn't listen very well yet, but that is going to change come now that it's starting to get nice out. So now you know that story, and I can keep going with stories non-stop, but I have work to do. So I'm going to talk um, as I stay live, partly just to get time in, because I know that you have to have so much time, and I don't mind if somebody just comes on and talks to me, and I will answer any questions that anybody might have, because that's just who I am. I do have my TikTok app open where I will see the chats, but I only get like the Facebook chats, the comments for some reason, and YouTube. Oh, you know what? I never checked if it was on YouTube. I will check that in a minute. I also have ADD. I should have been diagnosed as a teenager. I think my schooling would have been a lot easier. But yeah, so it's 3 points. 3 points for not having a license. I have not gotten a ticket in 15 years. And the only reason I got that ticket is I was pregnant, running late, and I worked in Oak Creek at a retail establishment. And yeah, I was hurried, rushed, and I got pulled over, and I was like crying because I'm like, I'm gonna get fired. And the officer was like, well, you have to think more of what's, you have something else to protect. And I was like, you're kind of right. I'm like not gonna argue with you, so I got a ticket. And then I went to court, and that is what happened. I am going to pause it for 1 second. I will be right back in 2 minutes. Actually, I'm going to end